Everton come out of the bottom three on goal difference alone. And no doubt Sean Dyche will look back at that as a really gutsy performance.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I think at the start of the game, we thought the style would be Tottenham taking possession of the ball, putting Everton on the back foot and Everton being able to break forward. But to do that properly, to do that to the best of Everton's ability, they're lacking those physical players, Doucouré and Onana, especially in the middle of the pitch. So it's become much more difficult. Everton were much better at set pieces. They were much more of a threat at set pieces. But, they didn't take advantage of that in the second half. So the way the game went in the second half, Spurs had much more control. Everton and Sean Dyche should be really pleased to have at least got something from the game.
Sean would have been saying to him, though, Leon, just keep going. We played them at Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. We kept going. I think it was the Danjuma, his VAR saved Tottenham on that occasion. They will give us a chance. And it's exactly what Tottenham did, unfortunately. Failed to kill them off. Could have scored more goals. Wasn't fantastic today, but good enough to win the football match. But I just think they mirror the manager. He never gives up, Sean Dyche. Keeps calm, keeps doing what he believes in. And the players did that for him today. You know, that's half their goals scored, what they've scored, 26 goals, and 13 of them have come from set pieces. Yeah. So he knows you're going to get chances. They scored with the first half one when they put Vicario under immense pressure on the goal line. And I think Vicario has to do better for the second one when Branthwaite scores.
Well, let's have a look at that equalising goal in the 94th minute. How much of it was down to bravery, Leon?
The majority of it. I mean, I know a goalkeeper naturally takes a backward step once that delivery realises he can't come and get it. But I think he steps back enough that he's inside his own goal line once that ball's flicked on. And from that moment, Jarrad Branthwaite on the front foot, attacking the situation. As long as he's brave enough, he's going to win that battle from there. He is. He gets it past Vicario into the goal and he gets to celebrate, and justly so, because that is a big goal.
You're surprised by his positioning there, aren't you?
He's a backward step. He was like a fish, wasn't he? He was in the net. I mean, he's gone so far back. You know, he has to step forward. He has to put some pressure on Branthwaite and make him flinch first. But there was only one person flinching, and that was Vicario, unfortunately. And it's not only this game. He's going to get targeted now, especially for them corners that we spoke about. Second half, amazingly, Everton didn't put anyone on him for the corners. And he come and took two brilliantly. You know, no one around him. At the end there, when he needed to be brave, I think he hasn't been brave enough.
I was surprised by Postecoglou's substitutions in the game, though. I thought they gave Everton a bit of impetus. I think, did he make 4 substitutes? I think 3 of them weakened his team. And if I'm in that Everton team and they're taking off certain players and replacing them with players I don't think are as good, I'm starting to think we can just get a bit of momentum.
But it was a tight turnaround, wasn't it, from Wednesday? Maybe that was the thinking behind it.
Yeah, but you just got to win the game in hand. And I think the physicality of the players who he brought off, big lads, bringing on the likes of Gill and Skip. Yeah. You know, in contrast, look at Sean Dyche. He just threw bodies forward.
Well, let's see if the head coach has something to say. Here is the Spurs head coach, Ange Postecoglou.
Of course, go on.
And how disappointed are you not to come away with all 3 points?
Yeah, pretty disappointed. Obviously, particularly conceding so late. I thought we probably had chances to kill them off in the second half that we didn't take. And, obviously they're going to throw a lot of balls in the box, and it seemed like, we were going to have to deal with a lot of things there. And in the end, they got one late.
Is it more disappointing as well that both of their goals came from set pieces?
No, that's really the only threat they had. So, when they're going to throw balls in from all over the place, we had to deal with quite a few today, and it seemed like the referee was just going to let everything go and allow VAR to pick up the scraps, and for us, nothing happened in that sense.
There seemed to be a clear plan from Everton to put pressure on Vicario from those set plays as well.
Yeah, and like I said, thought for the most part he handled it well. Obviously they scored from one, but as I said, it seemed like any sort of infraction in there right now is just a free-for-all, and hoping VAR picks something.
It is an interesting one, this tactic. Tim, you've already said this is going to be something that other opponents look at, is to try and exploit Vicario on set pieces, just putting a bit of pressure on him. Yeah. Everton did that in the first half. Interestingly, they didn't quite do it as much in the second.
Amazingly, they didn't do it in the second. That was their best opportunity to score goals. It was really, really disappointing that they didn't do it in the second period. They get their equaliser from it. Harrison lucky. Look at the second half. Look, no one near him. It's quality. I mean, when no one's near him, he goes and takes anything. Look, no one near him again. He just backs off, times his jump, takes it at the highest point and sets Tottenham on the attack. I couldn't believe, Leon, that it never stuck anyone on him in the second period when they had corners.
Well, I'd be amazed if that was a decision made at half-time from Sean Dyche to take somebody off the goal.
Because it was working.
Different areas. So whether somebody just forgot to do the job or thought they could do a different job, that would be interesting to find out.
Yeah. Interestingly, we can speak to one of these Everton players. In fact, the player who scored the dramatic late equaliser, Jared Branthwaite, joins us at Goodison now. Jared, very well done on that goal late on. How big does that point feel for you?
Thank you. Yeah, it's a massive point. You know, we've had a little bit of a rough patch recently coming into the new year, and I think after the game midweek where we maybe didn't take chances, and I think we've took our chances today when we've got them. Obviously a bit disappointed with the goals we've conceded, but yeah, we've got to take the positives. It's a good result in the end. It shows the fight we've got as a team to get the draw.
One thing that the gents here in the studio have pointed out, I mean, obviously a bit of pressure on Vicario, the goalkeeper, does reap one or bit rewards, I should say, in that first half. You seem to move away from that game plan in the second. Was that something that Sean Dyche reminded you of before that equalising goal?
Yeah, I think we worked on it through the week to put pressure on the keeper. So it was something that worked really well in the first half. That's where we got our goal from. And then in the second half, I don't think we had as many set pieces, so we couldn't get as near to the keeper as we would have liked. But the goal at the end was a brilliant ball from Jim, and you've just got to attack the right areas. The man to do the job is blocking, and then you get in at the back post.
Jared, congratulations. It's your first goal at Goodison Park. And it was an important goal as well. How important is it that you start spreading the goals around? You've not necessarily scored as many as the team would have liked, but it's important that everybody contributes.
Thank you. Yeah, definitely. You know, we've not scored as many goals as we should have. So to get 2 goals today, it's a positive start. We're on the up, you know, Dominic getting his goal will give him more confidence to come on, and you see the strikers that came on the pitch, they're giving it all, they're getting in the right area. So I think it will drop to us, you know, we've just got to keep making them chances, keep putting pressure on defences, and we'll definitely get our rewards.
Gerard, a lot of work to be done for you to stay in the Premier League, but surely, on a personal note, you must have your eye on the Euros in the summer. Me and Leon, we spoke earlier, we think you're the best left-sided centre-back in the country. What do you think?
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, you know, it's definitely a big ambition of mine to go to the Euros to play for England national team. I've obviously played at 21 level, so it's a dream for me to play at senior level. But I think for me, it's just about keep pushing, keep developing, keep listening to the manager, play as many games in the Premier League as I can, which was the aim at the start of the season, which I'm doing now. So I think I've just got to keep developing as a player, and hopefully, you know, come the summer I'll maybe get a chance.
Yeah, Jared, just one thing. The goal that we thought initially was Dominic's actually goes down to Jack Harrison. You might want to keep that quiet when you go back into the dressing room. For him, the weight goes on, of course. But, I mean, obviously, they've mentioned here in the studio, personally, your season's been brilliant. And also, psychologically, moving out of the bottom 3, considering Luton's form at the minute, must feel bigger than just the point.
Yeah, definitely. It's massive. Every point in the Premier League's a big point, you know, and I think coming into today's game, after the start we had, you would definitely take the point, and I think you've seen over the past years how we've changed as a team. Maybe we would have sunk in previous years and not fought back, but I think you can see the mentality the manager's installing us to fight right to the end. I think you've seen at Fulham through the week, we went right to the end creating chances, and we're doing that again, so I think we've just got to keep the same mentality going. The fans are helping us massively as well, home and away, and we just need to keep pushing.
Brilliant. Well done with that late goal, and thanks for joining us today.
Thank you.
Well done, Jared.
Mate.
Everton defender Jared Branthwaite. They've got a real player on their hands, haven't they?
He's been absolutely fantastic. As Tim pointed out, we've been singing his praises. We think he's the best left-footed, left-sided centre-half. Whether he's ready, I think that's the only question. Is he ready now? I personally believe he is. He's got everything you want. He's got power. He's got pace. He reads the game really well. He's got a very calm temperament. He's good on the ball. So, you know, he just needs to keep playing as he is doing, Tim, to give himself the best opportunity.
Every time he's been asked to step up, as at Carlisle as a kid, you know, played a lot of games at a very young age. You know, he's physically ready. Went to PSV, brilliant loan for him. You know, won the domestic cup out there. come back at the right time. He's playing alongside Tarkowski, who's one of the most experienced Premier League centre-halves, and he's learning off him. But he's going beyond that. For me, he's an international footballer in the making, and he needs to get an opportunity.
Yeah. Possible Everton legend, made in Carlisle. Does that ring any bells, Leon?